Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio face off for the first time ever. Solo appears on Smackdown and leaves straight away. Tiffany Stratton has her first ever title defense against Bayley. We review Smackdown and Raw every single week and post clips on our other socials. If you're a fan of the WWE, drop us a like, drop us a subscribe, and stay tuned.
Third Smackdown on Netflix, and we are in San Diego. Rey Mysterio opens up the show with a promo and declares for the Royal Rumble.
Another huge declaration for the Rumble. We are loving this at the minute. This is the most star-studded Rumble that we've seen in the longest time.
That 6-man lineup that have declared for the Rumble is insane.
Kevin Owens comes out and says to Rey that he wants him to win the Rumble, and then he wants him to pick him as the champion to face at Mania. Rey tells him that he's not actually a champion, but if he beats Cody on the night Rumble, he will pick him. Incredible. They're actually showing a little storyline.
Which, let's be honest,
Not going to happen.
Kevin Owens ain't winning, and Rey Mysterio's not winning the Rumble.
We were looking at the potential for this, being excited about it, and we're thinking, man, it's a shame we're not going to get this match because I would like to see it. But then Kevin Owens flips on Rey Mysterio, saying that he's been brainwashed by Cody Rhodes, and the match gets decided for that night. We have Kevin Owens and Rey Mysterio, and we're excited for that later on in the show. Next on
Tag team match, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae versus Naomi and Bianca.
This is a fun match to start off the show. There's a bit of a backstage segment where Naomi is telling Bianca to put her hair up so she doesn't get whipped again. A pretty good match, yeah. A lot of good offense, a few Samoan drops. Naomi was not tagged in at all during this match. Nia made sure of it, kept Naomi out of action for most of it, squished her like 2 seconds into the match. A lot of it was Bianca taking blows from Nia and Candice.
The downfall of Nia Jax and Candice was when she goes for a leg drop and hits Candice, and it's all ropes from there.
It is, yeah. Candice took a lot of the damage. She was the fall guy here. But
oh, she is the glorified, designated punching bag.
And Naomi and Bianca win the match, as they should. They're a very good tag team.
Get it, Glow.
Get it, Glow.
Unless they did it to Jade.
Yeah.
I say this every week. We'll find out.
By the way, I just want to say, I might cut this. If you're wondering why we're so low energy, it's because at the end of that 3-hour show, we had a bomb main event.
Oh my God. We'll get to it. We'll tell you all about it. It was so dog shit. It's ruined. It's killed the mood, dude.
It has killed the mood.
I was so hyped. There were so many good matches. We had Michin and B-Fab backstage talking. Who interrupts? Piper Niven, Chelsea Green. And we have a match booked. B-Fab versus Piper Niven, which we know Piper Niven can go.
Yeah, we were excited for that, weirdly enough. And it's nice to see B-Fab in the ring. We never see her in the ring. We've not seen her since the Triple Threat qualifier matches for the US title.
But sometimes when people aren't over and they don't have a great character, you don't really give a fuck.
No. But what we do give a fuck about is the next match, which is probably the match of the night up until this point. It is Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo Hayes after their altercation last week. Carmelo comes down the ramp with the mic in his hand straight away and he's chatting all sorts of shit. He calls Jimmy Unk, which is crazy.
What a match, dude. Jimmy Uso might be better than Jey Uso in ring.
Hot
that's a hot take, but his corkscrew...
corkscrew senton, yeah. Jimmy Uso hits a corkscrew senton and Beav really likes it. It's basically the whisper in the wind, like Jeff Hardy. Jimmy and Carmelo, they're doing all sorts. They're doing springboard moves, super kicks, and they're both getting a lot of close counts.
The springboards that Carmelo Hayes does into like his catch with the head, it's lovely. What a hype match. Fast pace. Both of them are great in ring. And what happens?
What happens is Jacob Fatu and Tamatonga.
Shock.
Shock. They interrupt the match very menacingly. Jimmy is on the top rope ready to win the match. He looks over to one side of the ring. The camera cuts back and Jacob Fatu is just standing in the ring. Push Jimmy off the top rope. Match gets thrown out. Carmelo Hayes stands up and being the heel he is, he thinks he's on their side. He's hitting Jacob Fatu, hitting him with one of them. He's like, yeah, come on, let's get it. And then Jacob Fatu lays him out with a clothesline. They may not like Jimmy, but that doesn't mean they're on anyone else's side. The Bloodline are in it for themselves. And after that, we hear Solo's theme hit. And
wow.
we taking it all.
We're taking it all. I just want to clarify. Jay, Roman, Sammy, none of them came to back Jimmy.
No, he was...
Why does Jimmy ever back these boys, bro? No one's backing them. What a terrible group. They don't back each other. I know Tama Tonga would be there for you.
Yeah, he would.
If you needed it.
Yeah. So Solo comes out, takes the mic, and says, nothing.
He just leaves. That's it. He's gone. He's out of the arena, takes his coat off. I thought he was going to say, acknowledge me.
Thank God he didn't.
Yeah, thank God he didn't. They went in a different direction, leaves the ring, takes his coat off, and just goes out through the crowd. That's it.
Leaving Jacob and Tama Tonga in the ring, who look confused for a minute. But what I loved about this segment is Jacob Fatu takes the microphone and is telling the crowd to shut up, telling them he's tired of the hate, tired of the disrespect. And Jacob Fatu is going into business for himself, it seems like, with Tama Tonga.
Yeah, he's taking it all.
He's taking it all. And Solo's nowhere to be seen. And it's just nice to hear Jacob Fatu slowly, by week, he's talking more and more. At one point, he only said 4 words, and that was fun. And then LA Knight comes out and attacks both men. 1v2 in the ring. Crazy from him. It's a suicide mission. And just when they get the upper hand on LA Knight, Braun Strowman comes out and has a face-off with Jacob Fatu.
Which, I don't know why, but they really like Braun Strowman.
They do.
The WWE really like him and they push him.
Yeah, I like him.
He's good, but why?
Well, I'll tell you why. If Jacob Fatu topples Braun Strowman, he is going to look huge, bro.
Oh, even if they get a trilogy, I think that's Jacob Fatu over. Even if they get a trilogy and he loses the trilogy, he'll still be looking strong because you lost to Braun Strowman. Oh, my days.
Yeah.
Deary me. You lost to the biggest, most jacked, definitely on steroids, guy in the division. Jacob
Fatu, this interaction then sets up a match. It sets up 2 matches, actually. LA Knight versus Tama Tonga next Friday. And Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman at Saturday night's main event. Huge. We can't wait to cover that, man.
I can't wait. We're going to do a prediction video.
We are indeed. And that is Jacob Fatu out on his own. Solo's gone. I'm excited to see what happens with all 3 of these guys. Splitting them up. They might make their own personalities now. They might be their own men. Excited to see what happens.
The best tag team in the WWE, in the world, actually. Motor City Machine Gun versus Garza.
Yeah.
Those boys, they're kind of getting a lot more screen time. I don't know why. I don't give a fuck about them.
No.
Do you?
No, not at all. And the storyline here is that obviously there's a lot of hijinks running around backstage with DIY, with Pretty Deadly, with Los Garza, with Apollo Crews. The entire title division right now, they're all pointing fingers at each other. So really, you can put anyone against anyone right now, and it works. And that includes Street Profits there as well. So MCMG go up against Garza. So Pretty Deadly and Los Garza cost MCMG the match against DIY 2 weeks ago. So MCMG want their lip back against Los Garza, basically. And boy, did they get it. This was a really good match. Los Garza looked really strong as well. They isolated the tag team. They had Chris Sabin in the ring for a long, long time.
Yeah, don't get mistaken. They can go in the ring. They're really good in the ring. They're talented. The only issue is they're just not over. They're heels that don't really get booed. Do you know what I mean? You want to be hated or loved, not in between, not anyone not caring for you.
Yeah.
So, and that's unfortunately where they're going. They need to do something. There has to be something. They're getting a push now, and hopefully they catch on. But I don't think so.
Get something over, get a chant over, anything. But the one thing that they are doing right is putting on these banger matches. Yeah. This was so fast-paced. This was electrifying. MCMG good as always. The tag team moves.
So many kickouts. Was this the match that had a lot of kickouts?
I believe so. I don't know. I know it wasn't the next one.
No, it was. I think it was the Jimmy versus Carmelo.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. We encourage you to go and watch all the highlights. WWE uploads them on their YouTube channel. We wish we could recount every spot, but we're just giving you the quick breakdown. But this match was incredible.
Piper Niven versus B-Fab. She's got some screen time, and now she's got a match. Mm-hmm. Maybe she'll go out there and look good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, she got squashed in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
By Piper Niven, which is crazy. But she must have shit in someone's cereal, bro, because she got squashed, dude. It was crazy.
It looked promising to begin with. She hit a nice elbow on Piper Niven, who sells it like, she's been dazed and confused. Then Chelsea Green on the outside is shouting into the ring, and that distracts B-Fab enough to where Piper Niven just hits her with a Michinoku driver, and it's 1, 2, 3. And B-Fab's not hurt by that. No one expects much out of her. Piper Niven looks stronger for that. And yeah, that's about it.
Rey Mysterio versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
First ever singles match, 1-on-1. What a banger.
It was a banger.
Rey Mysterio literally is the best luchador in the WWE, probably in the world.
Yeah,
he's insane.
He is,
especially for his age.
Especially for his age, yeah. And we were so excited for this, and boy, did these guys deliver. Kevin Owens comes out wearing his 619 shirt. He respects Rey so much. He said there was on the outside. He patted his daughter's Rey's. I assume it was his daughter on the head. He was doing all sorts. He did a dive off the apron onto Rey, which looks so gnarly. We had We had a stunner on Rey who kicked out. We had a 619. We had a swanton. We had all sorts. These two were really showing out. It was a lot of moves, chain moves, combos, spring. It was all sorts. It wasn't just the usual striking. It was very good from these two.
Incredible match, which ends up with Kevin Owens being victorious in San Diego, which, I don't know why.
We were the entire match thinking, man, who is going to win this? Because we don't want to let Rey lose in his hometown. But they did, which is great heat for KO. And we knew we'd see Cody, and we did.
Kevin Owens gives Rey Mysterio his respect. He holds his hand. He's showing respect for the legend. He's praised him all night long. Pulls him in for a package power driver.
It was terrible.
Which, thank God, Cody Rhodes music plays and stops it.
Yeah, he stops it just with inches of Rey's life left, because he kicked him in the gut, he had him between the legs with the arms tucked, and a second later, and Rey was dead, bro.
Nick Aldris needs to get his talent under control, because Kevin Owens has tried the package power driver 4 times. Did he get it on Randy?
There was a normal power driver on Randy, which is outlawed. Package power driver on Cody. Attempted it on Rey, and that might be it. That might be 3.
No, he attempted it on Roman as well.
On Roman as well, yeah, there you go. So there you go. Kevin Owens is trying to paralyze everyone, and they keep letting him in. At the end of the match, they even hand him the Winged Eagle belt. I'm like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Just take it off. Like, neither here nor there, right?
We had a nice shot with Kevin Owens standing in the crowd on like some boxes.
We did.
Looking at Cody Rhodes after they beef for the 600th time.
Yeah.
What a shot.
They had everyone and their dog coming out there to restrain Cody Rhodes. So one thing we haven't told you is that there's a running theme throughout the entire night, and Nick Aldis is trying to get an amendment on his contract for their match at the Royal Rumble. So if you don't know, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes are having a ladder match at the Royal Rumble, and Nick Aldis is trying to get an amendment to that contract. Sort of, I think it was to outlaw the package power driver, but he also wants to suspend both men's championships above the ring next week. They'll be in San Antonio, Texas, home of the showstopper, HBK, Shawn Michaels, who will be out there to oversee the contract signing. I really hope someone gets a super kick to the head, dude. A sweet chin music.
Super kick, sweet chin music.
I've been
brainwashed. He's been brainwashed.
I've been brainwashed. So, anywho, yeah, and that gets a huge pop from the audience. Gets a pop out of us as well.
I'm excited.
Can't wait to see it.
That's going to be fun.
Usually we skip the video packages and don't talk about them much because it doesn't feel canon. Like, they're just production and, But we get a segment for Charlotte Flair, a teaser. We don't even see her face.
14-time women's world champion.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. 14 times. I didn't know she won it 14 times.
I know.
Holy shit. She's literally the women's John Cena, right?
She is, and she's coming back for more, dude. She ain't done yet. Don't forget she's a Flair. Woo! She's coming back. We don't know when. We're assuming the Rumble.
Royal Rumble. It has to be. It has to be. This, I don't know what they're doing, but they are trying to make this the biggest Royal Rumble for Netflix.
They are.
I don't know, which I'm not complaining, because this is going to be an insane Royal Rumble.
And then we get the main event, which is the reason we are like how we are now. We are so out of energy, dude. It was a plotting, slow, limb-targeting, arm-twisting, wear-down submission match between Bayley and Tiffy. It heated up a bit towards the end. And when I say heated up, I mean lukewarm at that. It wasn't a bad match by any means. It was technically class.
Yeah, I don't understand why. The moves were nice. If it was a different two wrestlers, it probably would have been entertaining. Mm-hmm. But it just wasn't.
No.
And I think it's maybe our hatred I say hatred. No, what's the word?
Indifference.
To Bayley. She's just so boring sometimes.
She is, yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. We normally tell you, go watch the match for yourself. Don't watch the match, dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. The finisher was the only good part.
Yeah, we were waiting for Tiffy to hit the Alabama Slam and the moonsault, which she does in the end, which if the crowd gets hyped for and ends nicely. There's a few nice spots on the table. Bayley hits a front suplex on Tiffy onto the table, and then hits a brainbuster off the table, which looks like Tiffy landed straight on her neck. She didn't, she's fine. But they both feign nearly getting counted out. And let's put Bayley to the back of the line now, please. She's had a title match.
Yeah.
And
we don't need any more of her.
Respect to Bayley as well, dude. One of the 4 horsewomen and everything.
She's one of the best. But I just can't. I can't get behind her matches, dude. They're just not entertaining. I don't know. They said there was a story here. This was a blood feud. Tiffy cost Bayley her title. And yeah, I just don't give a fuck.
No,
do you know? There's so many more matches. I, honest to God, would enjoy a Nia Jax match.
Yeah.
10 times more than that.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious, dude.
And that's what they're saving it
which
for.
Is crazy.
They're saving that. We'll get Nia and Tiffy back one day. But that being said, Tiffy retains after hitting the prettiest moonsault ever on Bayley. And that ends the show.
What a terrible way to end the show. Once again, the main event just not being main event caliber.
Yeah.
And this is the story with all the shows, with Raw and SmackDown. We're getting terrible main events. We're getting matches before that are 10 times better than the main event. Please just put the main event where it needs to go.
Yeah. But if I'm a booker and Tiffy and Bayley for the women's championship is on my main event slip, I'm expecting it to be a banger. I wasn't too excited, but I was like, Bayley can go with anyone in the ring.
Yeah, and Tiffy's really good, and she's always entertaining when she has her matches, and she just didn't show out tonight.
No, and I don't think it's just us on this. The crowd were quiet. There was a moment when the commentators weren't even speaking, and it was just a bit of a drag.
I mean, if you watch the video all the way through, you saw how kind of drained we were talking this time. And that was the reason why. Because this match was dog shit and it put us to sleep. You know, we work all week to watch a SmackDown. And they gave us that crap, dude. But terrible.
It was a very good SmackDown up until that point.
Yes.
But I think this match went for, 25 minutes as well, dude. Like, take 10 off. 15-minute match. And then these women have a bit of emphasis to go hard.
I would have preferred some shenanigans when they throw him out the ring, DQ. Roxanne Perez comes out and she gets the DQ or something.
Something like that.
Something that would have been entertaining. This match just would. Obviously, they need Tiffy to defend the title clean, so they couldn't do that, and it just leads with a bad match. Yeah,
she tied Bayley up in the apron rope, the actual tarp a bit. But ultimately, that concludes a very good SmackDown. Besides that main event, the highlight of the night probably Jimmy and Carmelo. MCM.
I love Carmelo.
Yeah, I
love Carmelo. He's fucking brilliant, dude. On the mic, in the ring. I just hope they don't bury him.
NoPop wants a Carmelo push. But will we get it? Who knows? We'll find out in the weeks to come. If you come back and stay tuned. That's another SmackDown in the books. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Come back next week.
NoPop.
NoPop. A quick one this time.